She has to figure it out. It's her freaking job. She got the education, I didn't. Good morning, guys. As you see, the roses are gone. The roses are gone. I'm actually pretty happy about that. I've been trying to record this message for, I don't know, 1.5 hours. I've done a couple of things in between, like emptying the memory card because it was full. So now all of the clips for the last couple of days vlogs are up. But yeah, the reason why it takes me hard to record this clip is because I'm trying to explain something without taking too much time, and so far the clips have ended up being like 15 minutes, and I don't think you want to listen to me whine for 15 minutes. It's not whining, but anyhow. So first of all, I haven't stitched this morning. I have a daily schedule that I try to hold on to because it helps me to feel better. I take my medication, I take my coffee, I sit down, I rest, I do my cross stitching in the morning, which leaves me with energy to go and do all the other things I need to do, like physiotherapy and doctor's appointment. This includes not checking my email or my Facebook until like just before I leave or something, so that the things that are happening there are not draining me. And this morning when I woke up, I had a message or a comment from a friend of mine, and it hurt. I think it hurt because I felt that she hadn't listened. But I think the problem isn't that she hadn't listened. I think the problem is that I try to explain to you every day how I feel, what is happening in my life, and what I do. I try to really tell you about my health issues because I'm hoping that someone else has these health issues and can feel that, oh, someone else is also this way, and I'm not alone. It's not like I'm alone, you know? I don't know. Also, I hope that all of these will be fixed and that I can take you with me on that journey of getting fixed. That is the reason why I'm sharing. But the post was basically about all my fears that I'm having right now, which is causing stress. And a big chunk of that was because of the therapy. The therapist, I talked about it yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday I was there. That I'm not sure that we will be able to work together, that I felt that she was very quick to say that I got like OCD when it comes to my health, and that maybe I should back away from it. And that was exactly what my friend said. Now, my OCD, like, I wouldn't call it OCD because it's not like I'm feeling obliged to do it because I need to do it. I do it at times when I need to because I have seen that I need to. So it's like causation, is that the word? The reason why I'm so much aware of how I feel at any given time is that all my doctors expect me to be able to recount that to them every time we meet. The reason why I feel I need to obsess about what the doctors tell me is because my doctors aren't talking to each other. They expect me to be the bearer. They expect me to understand what the other doctor said, and usually also what he or she thought about the things, and what they are supposed to do about the problem from the other doctor's perspective. And they expect me to know this because they are not talking with it with other doctors. So yeah, I need to stay on top of everything all the time, 24/7. I can never forget one symptom. And then we have the second part, which is that during the past 4 years I had 10 different doctors, and out of those 10 doctors, 5 has done minor or bigger faults. which ranged from minor things like deciding not to tell me about certain things because they felt that they couldn't do anything about it, or that it wasn't a big deal, which then further on was shown was a much bigger deal than they thought. But I didn't know about them, and I had to hear about them when I'm turning in papers to other doctors from them, like, oh, this, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't informed, but okay, it's good to know that I'm not allowed to do that I do on a daily basis because of that issue. Awesome. So that, to actually prescribing me the wrong medication, which I this morning thought just was once, but when I tried to explain this to you, I realized it's actually twice with 2 different doctors that have written the wrong medication to me, or medication that I'm not allowed to take. So it's a big issue that I need to have this conversation. I need to be my own advocate. And sadly, there is something called advocate in the Swedish system. However, you have to be severely mentally disabled or have severe issues with making yourself be able to speak and do all of those things for you to be able to get an advocate. In that sense, I am counted as able. Even though I have an extremely complex health issue with multiple different systems, including multiple different specialists treating me at one time for different issues and not speaking to each other. That's the big problem. But they think that because I have the brain capacity, I am able, so there is no advocate for me. There's no one that is going to make sure that the doctors talk to each other. There is no one that is going to be there to help me. This is all on me. I'm lucky that I have my GP that has gone in and helping me with my sick leave papers, and is doing this based on all the specialists' kind of texts and everything about my different diseases. And he's a rock. But he's not with me when I go to another doctor. He can't be. He can't be calling the other doctors. There's no time for him to do that. As a GP, that is actually not his job. So that means that it is my full responsibility to do all of these things. And that means that I have to make sure that I'm getting the right treatment because the doctors aren't giving me the right treatment. B, making sure that I have told my doctors everything they need to know and that they have listened. I don't know if I told you about it, but my endocrinologist, the specialist, the last time I talked to her after 1 year of treating me for hyperprolactemia, had still not realized or understood that I've been diagnosed with menopause for 8 years and I was treated for it, that I don't have a natural cycle. And the only reason why I know it is because she said that, but you have to know that like prolactin will change during time with your cycle. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have a cycle. I'm in menopause and have been for 8 years. And she's like, yeah, you believe. And I heard in her voice when she said, yeah, you believe that. And I answered her back and like, no, like I'm treated at the endocrine gyn specialization at this other hospital, and they are treating me with medications to remove the hot flashes that I have because of this issue. This is the reason why I was remitted by them to you for hyperprolactemia. I had been treated a year, and she still just thought I believed I was in menopause. Because, yeah, the prolactin levels are varying, and that is strange, but it's not my fault. And if she doesn't know what to do with it, still not my problem. She has to figure it out. It's her freaking job. She got the education, I didn't. So yeah, because of all this happening, and it's very, very hard to write these things down. Like I've talked to you about 10 minutes already. I probably repeated myself previously at least about these things. But like, this is just a little small nugget of everything. I still haven't talked to you about the other 3 doctors that gave me the wrong diagnoses and everything. And I still haven't talked to you about all the doctors that I met just the past week or the week before that, and everything they said and did and everything, and that I have to keep on track of that. I have to know everything they say, because if I don't, I won't get my treatment that I have to get. So if I obsess about health, it has to do with that there's no one in my corner, there's no one helping me with this. And saying that I'm obsessive of something when they don't really understood the behinds, yeah, makes me upset and sad. But I knew that she came from a good place. I just had to try to explain to her how it actually is here and why all of these fears exists, and that this isn't anxiety, this is stress based on a real fear. And I see to conquer this fear by doing all of the things even though I'm afraid of them. But that doesn't mean that the fear is less. That doesn't mean that the stress is less, and that it doesn't mean that it doesn't affect my body in very strange ways. And there's actually, according to my therapist, nothing I can do about it, because it's life. And that hurts, because I want to do. I'm a fixer. I want to fix everything, you know? Well, my camera is telling me that my battery is running out, which means that I've been talking way too long. So I want to tell you that I hope that you have an awesome day, I really hope that you are not going through something similar, and that you can find something that relaxes your day. And I hope that I can update you soon with good news, so that you can see that it is worth fighting. Because I still believe that everything is worth fighting for, and I will be fighting for it. But good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I've been resting, and then I decided that I really want to check if I can get some videos uploaded. So I've been sitting and listening to the clips. By the way, I'm super swollen. I didn't realize until I looked in the camera, but I'm super swollen today. Yeah, so I've been listening through my clips for the first video, and this is going to be so strange because I have been for the past 3 days living through this really hell, to be honest, or 2 days probably, just with all the stresses and everything. And the video I'm editing right now is before I know. It's before, and I need to get that out also, but it's like before I know that all hell broke loose. So that is actually what I'm going to title it. The day before all hell broke loose. Just to kind of explain that this is an old video. Well, I think I want to write in the description also that this is recorded for the October the 21st. So that is, or on October 21st. So that people can see. So I try to upload all my videos on a daily basis. I have kind of dropped the date and the series number just so people get them up. But when I get delayed like this, those numbers actually have previously kind of made sense. So I'm going to try to write in the description so it makes a little bit more sense. And I am going to upload them in order, and it's probably going to take some hours in between every upload, because it will take me, like, depending on the video, I have to listen through it, but it's going to take me time to edit them and upload them and everything. So I'm going to try to do that. But that's the best with vlogs. You just listen through them, you cut out things that you don't need, like the rant about Adobe and memory leaks. 10 minutes of that on the floor. But yeah, so I'm trying to get through the clips for the first video. It does make me happy though, because I am in a really good mood that day. I'm in a really good mood that day. So it's like, oh, but I was in a good mood. and I can come back there. I don't need to be this, like, I'm still stressed, I still have all those issues there, but I was in a much better mood, and I was having so much to look forward to, so I just have to try to push myself to be there again. Yes, I cry, and yes, this is rough because it's my future we're talking about, but maybe I can do both. We're gonna try. And I was happy then. So, and I'm not sad, I'm not depressed. I have real moments of happiness. I laugh. It's not a problem there. That way it's not mentally. Because you can't go around being sad all day because you're sick. If you laugh and you're happy and you know that if I do all of these things, I get healthy, if you keep your eye on that, you will get better. Positive thoughts are proven to help recovery. You do need to do all of the other things to recover. Only positive thoughts will not help recovery. It will worsen it. But in combination with the treatments that you should have, your happy thoughts should help you. But yeah, I'm gonna have some breakfast lunch thingy, continue watching through these clips, and in about 45 minutes I have to leave to get to my doctor's appointment. So I think I'm gonna catch up with you after that. I just wanted to come in here. I'm just about to leave. Leia went to the toilet, and when she come back, somehow she had gotten urine somewhere. It might be that she still had some in her fur or something after being to the toilet. She jumped up on me and I had urine on my pants, and it smelled like cat piss. And yeah, and because it's my favorite cozy pants and I'm really exhausted today, I decided to put them in the washer while I was away. So that's how it works. I just wanted to kind of document. I've been up since around 7 today. It's around 12:30 now. I'm just about to leave to go and get to the appointment. And I'm exhausted now. Like, I'm feeling weakness in my arms and my legs. I'm starting to shake. And what I'm reflecting is that I haven't felt that for a couple of days before I got the results from the benefit people. Like, I actually had, I think, almost a solid week when this was not an issue that much, where I had gotten a little bit of that energy back, where I have the ability to kind of de-stress and not feel like the world was falling on its. I had processed what I needed to process. I was getting better. And I have to look at that from the positive side, that I was getting better, so I will get better again. But I also have to reflect over that it is a big difference. Today's playing in the office is about what I did, say, a week ago for my vlog. And today, my whole body is just screaming at me that this is not okay. So I've gotten really much worse in just a couple of days. So all of this right now is stress. Because I don't think I got worse in my back. I'm all sore over my whole body, but I did a really good workout yesterday. I was really good on my training. It was, yeah, I felt, even though it didn't end good, I did do a solid workout. And I had points during the training session when I felt like I can't do anymore. I'm too tired, I'm too exhausted, this won't work. I just drank a little bit, rested for a little while, then I was up, doing it again, pushing it. And I'm proud of myself for that. I am doing this. I'm not waiting for someone else to fix the problem. I'm trying to fix the problem myself. And then it's annoying when the benefits people says that there is no problem at all. Yeah. Anyhow, we're not gonna go into that. I am going to pick together all my stuff, like my mobile and stuff like that, put my jacket on, pack my little booklet, and walk to the bus. It's a little bit complex to try to get from here to this specific doctor. It's not that far away. Like, if I had a car, I would be there in 5 minutes, or more if I had a driver's license, because I don't. So I have to use the like buses and stuff, that kind of transportation, which means that I either can take the train and go to 2 train stations away, and then I have to take the subway from there, I think 3 or 4 to one station, and then I have to go on a bus to go, I think, 6 stations, and that would take me half an hour. Or I can walk 20 minutes to go to another bus station and just take that bus. So I'm gonna walk those 20 minutes. I need to get my 1,000 steps in anyhow. My physiotherapist says it's important, so that is what I'm gonna do. I have my cane in my bag in case things happen. So yeah, I'm gonna go those 20 minutes. So I had to head out now so that I don't miss the bus, so I get in time to my doctor's appointment, so that we can figure out what is going on. Yeah. Even though I'm all shaky and everything, I want to look at it like, this was a while. It was a couple of days ago, this was the feeling. So there is something that is changing this, making it better. Yes, it's bad now, but you always, like, it's cha-cha. I saw it on Facebook yesterday and I thought it was hilarious. Some people get sad when you take 1 step forward and 1 step back. Other people knows that it's just cha-cha. I'm like, yeah, it's just cha-cha. I know that I will have setbacks. I just have to live with it and look at the forward steps instead of the backward step. Always look forward. I know, I am positively, I do look at the positive life. I'm always doing that. And I didn't forget it these 2 days, but I need, like, I can't just hide from everything. If I ignore the benefit issue, if I ignore the doctors, I won't get any medical help and I won't have any money. And in the long run, we don't know what that could happen, because that means that I can't pay for the rent, I can't pay for the food. It's a big deal. And people don't really understand that, which is strange. I read a post. There were so many people that have taken their lives because they haven't been able to. Families have been evicted because of the benefit people. There are so many of these examples, and they are more and more and more and more and more. And there are so many that are hidden. So it's insane. It's insane. But I really want to go now. So see you later. You're not coming with me today. So it was really, that part was actually really good. So we sat down and I talked about all of the symptoms, and the hot flashes are not because of the prolactin. It has to do with other things. I didn't know this, but I knew that people talk about that menopause can last for 10 years before you, and I never understood how and what that is. Well, how it was that I had ovarian failure in 2011, or I was diagnosed with it in 2011. My menopause started then, and that meant that I didn't have enough hormones to actually ovulate and have children. I had stopped ovulating, and that caused a decrease in estrogen production. But it caused a decrease and not a complete stop. It can take up to 10 years for your body to actually reduce your estrogen. When you get it very early, the rest of your body hasn't gotten prepared to go into menopause, because there's a lot of other parts of your body. I'm really exhausted, I'm sorry. Lots of other parts that needs to also prepare for it. And when you're 40, 45, 50 and you usually go into menopause, the rest of the body has already prepared, and when you go into early they haven't, and then we have to do like hormone treatment and stuff like that, because your body really don't like it. But I found out today. She did a full exam and everything. We talked about a lot of things, and I felt I liked my previous gynecologist. I like this one better. I felt that she told me things that made me understand. My previous gynecologist mostly said, yeah, that's the way it is. This one actually explained it medically, and that made me connect with it much better. So that was really good. So she told me that when we did the exam, she asked me when my last progesterone treatment was, and I said, well, I'm having it right now. I'm eating them now, and I haven't bled yet. And then she said, well, I can see in the lining of your uterus, because that is the thing that when you have a period, that lining is replaced. So that is what you move out every month. And she said, I can see in the lining that you won't have a bleeding, and that is because you have too low estrogen levels. And because I am getting hot flashes means that my body, even though I'm 38, my body hasn't really fully kind of getting used to, or started getting used to that that I'm in menopause. So we need to up the dosage of the estrogen, and that should solve it. However, it's not certain that we can. She's gonna call me tomorrow because she's gonna look into it, because she couldn't find those papers because they're so long back. In 2013 I was diagnosed with the SLE and something called APS. APS is a blood clotting issue, and that can cause blood clots, and with estrogen that means that I can get blood clots in 2 different systems, means that I can both get strokes and other, like brain and blood, which is really bad. And I am not treated for my APS because I haven't had a blood clot, and because the medications they're light medications I had really bad reactions to, so we really cannot have me going on those medications unless I have a blood clot, then I need to go on it. And I've known this since 2013 that this is the case. And so she wanted to look up those papers from 2013 because I saw a blood specialist at that time, to make sure, like check the levels and what he has said about it, if it is okay to raise my estrogen levels a little bit, because that would give me a better life basically. And that is the first issue. The second issue is that I have SLE, which is lupus, and lupus is very sensitive to estrogen and has been known to flare up during estrogen treatments. This is why people with lupus shouldn't have estrogen-based estrogen-based preventive care for not having children. So you need like spirals. You should use spirals instead. So it's a complex thing. Like with anything in my life, it couldn't just be straightforward. But she wrote a prescription and she's calling me tomorrow, and if she says let's try this, we're going to try it. However, I have to be very vigilant and see what happens with my lupus. And as I know that when I lower my cortisone from 5 milligram, I start getting big lymph nodes swallowing. That is one of the things I can look after, so that I don't have any nodes anywhere that swallow up, because if they swallow up, I might be going into a flare, and then we really need to go back on the low dose. So it's a choice of hot flashes or lupus flares if this doesn't work. But we'll see, we'll see. She will call me tomorrow and tell me if the APS allows me to do this. So, like the disease itself allows me. So yeah. When I got home, I also took my syringe. I think I asked you the other day if you wanted me to see me taking it, because it's a super simple process. However, I just felt that I didn't have the time and energy. I need to take the medication, I needed to take my painkillers, so I just did that right now. So we'll wait a month. If that is something you want to see how you do that, I can do that next month. When I take or next in 4 weeks when I take my next medication. But yeah, that's how it is. That's what we're doing. But anyhow, I need to put something in me because I still haven't had lunch, and I probably need another cup of coffee. So I check back with you later. Okay guys, apparently I'm very chatty, and I'm not keeping any trains of thoughts working whatsoever. So instead of trying to have a little bit of conversation and then go to bed, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm going to, however, say, a little kitty, this is little Gizmo. He's just a little furry ball. Oh, there is his nose. Oh, he's adorable. He's been cuddling with me. I've been cuddling with him. But yeah, I tried to record this video like 4 times now, and every time I realized that I'm talking for 10-15 minutes, and I know the length of the other clips, so I know that I don't have the time for that today, because we can't make a video that is like an hour long. I say, and maybe that is what it is. No, I hope so. I hope not. That takes forever to listen through. But anyhow, I am going to go to bed, and I hope that you have an awesome day. And good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite.